Okay, so we've done a little investigation here. We've looked at what type of pizza you'd prefer. How many would prefer a Hawaii, a kebab, a margarita, a Vesuvio, and a vegetarian pizza? Okay, so let's use this. Let's create a nice table around this data because it looks a bit difficult to see the difference between the Excel lines and the other lines. So select your table and then click on this area up here and you get all the borders. What type of borders would we like? Well, I'd like a thick outside. I'd like all the borders in first. It gives me nice lines everywhere, showing that it's easy to see my table. And then I'll have a thick box around the border. So we have slightly thinner lines in here and thicker lines there. Right, now I'd like to make a graph from this data. So I select the data and then I go here into Insert. And what would I like to do? I'd like to do a graph here. First of all, I'd like to do a block diagram. What sort of block diagram would I like? Well, I quite like these 3D ones. You can just put your hand over it and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, no, I like that one. What about this one? That's not bad either. Would I like it like that? Oh, a bit boring. Let's have a 3D one. So, when I do that, Excel takes automatically all the data that I've had here, even adds a title. So what we should have done maybe is we don't want to have it just saying the number of people. What we should have is the number of people should be on this axis. We can alter that later. And then the different types of pizza that people like. So we could have that graph where we say, nah, didn't really want one of those ones. Didn't want a bar chart. Let's take it away. So you just delete it and say, right, let's try another type of chart. I will insert instead a pie chart. Let's have a nice pie chart here. What sort of pie chart would I like? 2D one? A bit boring. I like these ones. A 3D one. Or we can ask it to give us more different choices of pie charts. Would we like it sort of split out in different areas? No, this one's probably good enough for me. So let's have a pie chart where it tells us what the number of people that we could see here, which was the most popular one. Okay, it was over a third. It looks like of people that wanted kebab pizza, and we can see from the color scheme here. Not so many on Hawaii, not so many on margarita. Yeah, on margarita it was vegetarian, not so many. Margarita was the second largest, so it just gives you a very quick overview. So this is one of the nice things about Excel. Then we can actually go in there and change the title if we want. So we can just go in and we don't want it to say number of people. We want it to say types of pizza. (7A) and 7B preferred. Okay? So with quite a simple mechanism, we can go into Excel, we can fill in one column, we can put some real numbers in one of the other columns, and then we can use it in 2 seconds to plot a nice simple graph for us. So that's one of the functions of Excel with data that we already make from any sort of investigation. And I'll show you another function where we can actually do calculations in Excel and then plot the data as well.
Couldn't we do apple and